Hello, grade 4. We're going to talk about more irregular verbs today. Yesterday we did a lesson on irregular verbs. Today we're going to talk about more irregular verbs. Remember, an irregular verb is a verb that does not add ed to form the past tense. Most verbs add ed to form the past. Irregular verbs do not. I wrote a letter to Uncle Ben at his ranch. Wrote is the past tense of write. The past tense of an irregular verb often changes when we use has, had, or have. Okay, so we have present tense, write, past tense, wrote, past tense with has, have, or had, I have written. Okay, I have written to Uncle Ben many times. This is a list of irregular verbs that you need to know. These irregular verbs can be added to the list that you made yesterday. Or if you don't have enough room to write it, you can make a second chart. You can write more irregular verbs and today's date, and then you can add this chart as well to your notebook. All right, let's take a look at these verbs. Present tense, begin. Past tense, began, with has, have, or had, begun. I begin a project every Sunday. I began my last project 1 week ago. We have begun to finish our final project. Grow, grew, and grown. I grow flowers in my garden. Last year I grew a big pumpkin. I have grown many vegetables over the years. Write, wrote, written. I write in my notebook every day. I wrote about the carnival yesterday. I have written many stories for my teacher. Drive, drove, driven. I drive the car to school. I drove for many years. She has driven back and forth to work every day for 6 months. Ride, rode, ridden. I ride a horse at the beach. I rode a black horse last year. I have ridden on a white horse before. Take, took, taken. I take my lunch to school. I took my lunch to the park yesterday. I have taken sandwiches to school many times before. Fly, flew, and flown. I fly my kite. I flew a dragon kite once. My brother has flown a kite every time we went to the beach for 6 months. Draw, drew, drawn. I draw a picture in my notebook. Abdurrahman drew a picture of me. He has drawn many nice photos. Swim, swam, swum. I swim every day after school. I swam once in a competition. I have swum in the pool many, many times before. Throw, threw, thrown. I throw a ball to my friend. She threw the ball back to me last time. We have thrown the ball back and forth for almost 2 hours. Okay, these are the new irregular verbs that you need to add to your chart. Let's take a look at some practice together. You can pause the video and read and answer these 5. You can just write the answer, the word for the answer. You can go back and use the chart. Oops, went back one too many. You can go back and use the chart to help you. Okay, pause the video and answer 1 to 5, and then come back and we'll check the answers together. This is on page 192 in the Language Arts textbook. Page 192. Okay, complete 1 to 5 and come back and let's check the answers together. All right. Here's the answers at the bottom. Let's take a look. I began my first day at the ranch with a big breakfast. Okay, began, past of began. Then Uncle Ben and I rode our horses. There's no has, have, or had in our sentence, so we use rode, not ridden. Uncle Ben drawn me a map of the ranch. Okay, to use drawn, we have to have has, had, or had in our sentence. So drew is the correct response. By noon, it had grown very hot. There's our had. So what do we use? Grow, grew, grown. It had grown. I was glad we had swum in the pool. Again, there's had, so we use swum. Okay, the answer is swum. All right, let's take a look at the next page. This is page 193 in your Language Arts textbook. I want you to pause the video again, answer 6 to 10, come back and we'll take a look at the answers. All right, let's look at the answers together. Okay. Number 6, Uncle Ben took me back to the house. Number 7, on our way inside, an eagle flew over us. I have written about my day in my diary. Now I have, notice have, thrown a lasso. I have drawn a picture of the eagle. All right. Now, again, pause. Look at someone wrote in my book. Not very good handwriting, by the way. All right, pause the video. Answer number 11 to 15. Write the answer. Come back and we'll check the answers together. All right, let's look at those answers. Number 11, Uncle Ben drove me to see an eagle's nest. Last year he had, notice had, taken me to the same spot. Uncle Ben has grown concerned about eagles. Notice has. He has, again has, we use our third column, he has written to the governor about protecting eagles. I have begun to care about eagles too. All right, let's go back and look at our chart. Remember, the first column is used for present, action that is happening now. The second column is used for past, action that has already happened. Our third column, here and here, is used when our sentence has, have, or had in it. Okay, all right, that's it for our grammar lesson for today. I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.